All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Bernd, and today is the first day of Advent. That also means the first two puzzles of Advent of Code have been released. So this year's problem is about the global snow production. In particular, there's something wrong with it, and in order to restore it, we need to collect 50 stars, two each day. Yes. So let's have a look at the first puzzle. For the first puzzle, we're given a few lines of input, and for each line, we need to calculate a specific calibration value. What is the calibration value? So it considers the first digit as well as the last digit of the string and writes them one after another to create a two-digit number. So for the first line, this would be 1 and 2, making 12. For the second line, it would be 3 and 8, making 38. For the third line, it would be 1 and 5 to get 15, and so on. So how can we solve that in Python? Let's have a look. So what will be useful, of course, will be a function to calculate the first digit of a string. That can be done fairly easily. So we just go for each symbol in the string, and for each symbol, we check if the symbol is a digit. If that's the case, we take the symbol, convert it to an integer, and return this. In order to find the last digit of some kind of string, it's a very similar operation. We also want to go through the string again, but this time in reverse order. So we start at the back and go to the front. And again, we iterate for all the symbols in the string, this time in reverse order. For each symbol, we check if it's a digit or not. The first time it is a digit, we convert the symbol to an integer and return this value. Then if you have all the lines of code, we can solve our problems from there easily. So we keep track of the sum of the calibration values, and then we go through all the lines. And for each line, we calculate this calibration value. So just 10 times the first digit plus the last digit, which is like the same as writing them as one single two-digit number. And we calculate the sum, and that will be a solution. So to solve the whole problems, we consider our input file, and we open the input file as a file, read from the file, and then split it into lines, and then we pass these lines to the solve function in order to get the solution. So for this problem, we're also giving our little test input, 4 lines of test input, and we know what the goal solution is supposed to be. So in this case, it will be 142. So we can test our implementation now, and with a bit of luck, let's see. All right, that looks good. So yeah, it gives us the correct solution. So we can also try our program on the actual code, and it turns out it gives us the correct solution. All right, so the second part is a slight extension of the first part. So we're not just looking for digits occurring in a string, like a 1, but we're also looking for them digits being spelled out in letters. So for example, the 2 here would count, or a word 1 or word 3. So in the first line, that would be the first digit would be 2, and the last digit would be 9, giving us a calibration value of 29. So how can we adapt the code to adjust for that? So of course we need the digit spelling. So for each spell digit like 1, we want to have access to the word, in this case 1, and up to 9 being spelled 9. And then we can adapt our first digit function. So again, we want to go through the string. This time we not just want to look at the symbol, but we also want to keep track of the position. So then we check if the symbol is a digit, so the last rule still applies. Then we can convert the symbol to an integer and return that. Otherwise, we want to check if a particular spelling of a digit starts at this position. So we consider the remaining string, which is the string from the position to the end. And then we go through all the digits and the corresponding spelling. Then we check if the remaining string starts with the corresponding spelling. Then we know we found the digit, and we return the digit. And otherwise, I guess we just continue in the for loop. We can similarly find the last digit. So we go through the string in reverse this time, and we enumerate so that we get the position from the end. And again, we check if the symbol is a digit. We convert it to an integer and return it. Otherwise, in this case, the remaining string is the string from the beginning up to that many positions from the end. So we consider the length of the string and subtract how many positions from the end we want to know. And then again, we go through all digits and the corresponding spelling and check if, in this case, the remaining string ends with the particular spelling. In this case, we return a digit. The solving is the same. Again, we can calculate the calibration value by 10 times the first digit plus the last digit. This time we have slightly different inputs with a few more digits being spelled out in there. And again, we can test our code so we know that it actually works. And with a bit of luck, that looks good. So we can also apply the code to the actual input, and it turns out it gives us the right solution. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's puzzles. Best of luck for the future, and see you around.